What is up, you guys? Welcome to the Connect 0007 podcast, where human connection is everything. And I am your host, Thaddeus Sims. And this episode is titled, How to Build People Up and Add Value to Them. Now, before going into this, I do have a few announcements. So I am officially, did I say officially? I am officially opening up the door for guest speakers, but there are qualifications to be on the show. So go on the website, connect0007.com, and contact me on there, and I'll share more about the qualifications, and if approved, we can start the process. Because I know a lot of you have been saying you would like to be on the podcast, but like I said, I have qualifications. I love all of you, but we have to be a right fit first. You gotta, and as someone else, actually, as a couple of people have said to me when I said I was going to do guest speakers, it was like, okay, these people need to be on point. So I'm just letting you guys know, I got to have these qualifications because I don't want to die and I don't want them to say nothing about you. So, I'm trying to save all of our lives here. Now, also another announcement. So this Tuesday, I will release the first episode featuring my very first guest speaker by the name of Stephanie Lahart. Now, just a little bit about her before the episode, and you're also going to see some pictures and things. But she's a social media marketer, a podcaster, and she's vegan. And also, she supports groups that work to end animal cruelty. Now, what is awesome about her is that she was so grateful enough to leave a special surprise for you all in the podcast. So you'll have to listen up for the secret word. And once you hear the secret word, you'll know what to do with that. I'll leave information for that. So now for the fun fact. Fun fact is puffins. Make sure I say that so y'all hear me clearly. Puffins, not the cereal, but puffins mate for life. Now, not gonna lie, when I first heard that, I'm like, one, that's it, and then two, I was just like, what the frackle-knackle is a puffin? So I was like, let me do my due diligence and let me actually research what a puffin is, because I know some of you guys are like, what the heck is a puffin? I did think of a cereal at first, but anyways, it's a hole nesting auk or seabird of northern and Arctic waters with a large head and a massive, brightly colored triangular bill. So a big-headed bird, y'all. That's a puffin. That's a puffin. That was so mean, but hey, they do got big heads. When you look at them, it's kind of like, oh, wow, okay, that's kind of big head. But I guess they make up for it with the bill. Like, that's a big head. But you know what? That bill or that mouth real cute. It's real colorful. Not saying that I want to do anything with the mouth, but I'm just saying it sticks out like, hey, I'm here. You know what I mean? But anywho, that was bad, but you get the point. So, okay. So for this episode, I have 6 do's or don'ts to build people up and add value to them. So here's the first one, and I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced this. We have people that comes to mind when I say this, but here's the first. Number 1, when people tell you good things about themselves, don't just say, oh, cool, or that's awesome. Let me tell you what so-and-so did. Or that sounds like, oh, wow, you did that? Oh, wow, that sounds like my they did the same thing. Blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. Or change the combo. Like, oh, wow, that was great. But let me tell you what happened at the mall yesterday. Like, don't do that. That's actually very horrible. That's it. Some of us, may not know that, but from one person to another who's experienced being that person a very long time ago and someone who's not that person anymore, it's just really a bad thing to do. And I'm going to tell you why it's bad. You literally just kind of, okay, we're being honest here. You pretty much just said, oh, okay, that's nice, whatever. Or really, okay, Let me be honest. It's Friday. We need this. We need this laughter. You're pretty much just saying, oh, okay, that's nice, but F you, buddy. Like, I don't really care, and you may not mean to say that, but that is what comes off like, okay, yeah, whatever. Forget what you said, or, screw that. That's how it comes off. If you don't know that, now you know. But what you want to do when someone tells you something good about themselves, genuinely give that person praise and ask them questions about it. And that's how you build a person up. So here's a good example. If we need a new name here. Come on, something. Give me a name. David. I don't think I used David before. If David comes up to me and be like, hey, that. And I'm like, oh, what's up, David? How do you do? And David's like, I'm doing great. But dude, I wanted to tell you, I literally just registered. I just registered my business with the state or whatnot. So it's official. Now, let me give you an example of some of y'all who messed up. Oh, no, that's okay. Wow, dude, that's what's up. My friend, literally, he just did the same thing yesterday. That's like, cool. Y'all doing businesses. Okay, that's what's up. Don't do that. Nobody gives a damn about your friend. David was talking to you about himself. That was your opportunity to build David up. You don't crush him down. Because see, some of y'all have conversations like, I need to be around more positive people. But damn it, you not positive your damn self. So when positive people come and try to tell you stuff, you kind of don't give them what they need, to remain positive or let alone be around you. So let me just tell on you on that. So what you do is, David comes up, hey, Thad. Well, how's it going, David? David says, oh, man, I'm doing great. I literally just registered my business with the state. Dude, that is a big thing, which it is. Dude, that's a big thing. What type of business is it? What business structure? And then, ask some questions about it. Is it an LLC? Is it a sole proprietorship? S corporation? Are you doing it by yourself? You may say, oh, it's an LLC, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. I know, if you don't know about it, that's okay. But you can still ask some questions about it. And if you don't know, just find a question. What type of business are you doing? Like, first say, give them praise. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's a big thing, which it is. I'm saying it is. It's a big thing. That's a big thing. But what type of business is it? Oh, I'm doing a business where I'm building different types of technology for animals. Okay. What inspired that? So the point is, give them praise, say a nice thing about it, and ask them questions. It, number one, shows I recognize what you're saying. I'm acknowledging what you're saying. I'm interested in what you're saying. This shows so much. The person is willing to share something with you, something that they're excited about. And, it's just really good because if you, on the other hand, wanted to share with someone, which you do sometimes, and some of y'all may say, I don't like to share with people you a whole lot, because there's somebody that you share stuff with. And if that one somebody say, oh, okay, that's nice. Well, let me tell you what the cat up the street did to the one homeless guy. They pretty much just said, fuck your story. There you go. I said it. I was trying not to say the word, but God damn it, I said it. So you don't want that person to do that. Be that person first. Compliment, acknowledge, show interest. Simple. Now, number 2 is compliment people specifically on something. Why? It's pretty much as direct and it's uniquely catered to them. Also, again, you're saying, hey, I recognize this about you. I acknowledge it and I thank you. This also makes the person feel a little to a lot better, depending, on the person, about themselves. And in turn, they'll do more things similar around you because you recognize it. So what do I mean to clear that up? Now, if I see, give me another name here. If I see Michelle, that's the name. Yeah, Michelle. If I see Michelle, and Michelle always we'll say Michelle always cleans things a certain way, but she prepares it for the next person. Now, if I see that and I recognize that, I'm not gonna just keep that in. That's an opportunity to share that. Let me compliment. So what I'll say is, Michelle, I really like the way that you clean these things and that you prepare for the next person. And I like that because you're thinking of another person. You're thinking of other people besides yourselves. And that's really cool. I really like that. And Michelle might be like, oh my gosh, thank you, or Michelle might be like, she might be feeling herself today. She's like, oh, I know. This is me. This is what I do. You laugh and whatnot. But when you do that, like I said, you're recognizing that, you're acknowledging it, and you're basically saying thank you. And you'll come to find that Michelle may start doing different things when you're around. Michelle may notice certain things that she could help you with. You'll bring more out of Michelle because you recognize and you're complimenting her. You'll end up bringing more out of her to share that because you compliment it and you're giving that vibe of, I recognize you, I thank you, I acknowledge you. When you do these things, you are creating like this field of energy around you, and you will bring the best out of people when you compliment them. And you will recognize, for example, Michelle might be really cool with you. And that doesn't mean she like you, because I know a lot of people say, oh, she liked me. Humble yourselves. No, she like you, but not like that. You just give off a cool vibe. She enjoys being, spending time with you, or she enjoys working with you. You will find that when you're around, Michelle will do all this extra stuff. When Tyler's around, and Tyler's the complete opposite, she just keep it simple and keep it moving. Oh, Tyler here. Okay, hey, she does her thing, work her hours, get her coins and go. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help y'all out. Recognize that. I'm just saying, recognize that when y'all compliment people. And again, be genuine. Don't just compliment people to just compliment people. Like people can feel when you're not genuine. So I'm going to let you know that now. Don't just be doing these things. Actually have a spirit behind what you're saying, Okay. Number 3. When people tell you, crazy stuff about themselves or things that is kind of like, bad about themselves. Like an example, man, I suck at this or that. That is an opportunity to help them change that programming. Now, what do I mean by that? So if someone says, man, I suck at this, just say, you know what? No, you may not be great at it now, but with more practice, you can improve in it or on it or whatever they're doing. For me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There are some people who just plain out negative. So when they say, oh, man, I suck at this, I don't say nothing. So use your judgment. Don't do this to everybody, because some people they're just negative, and you can recognize that, and you're not going to waste your time with it. So I'm telling you, you're hearing it from the podcast itself. If you recognize a person that is plain out negative, don't try to help them. Let them be them, because that is a whole thing you don't want to go through. You just be positive yourself and it'll rub off on them. That's all you do. You be the example. Don't try to change them. I promise you guys, I'm trying to help y'all here. Don't go down that road. I've been down that road. I sat on those streets. I've been through it all. God damn it. I have seen the people that go up and down them roads, and it's just not the beat. Just don't do it. So, I went on a tangent there, but what I do when, some people say certain things. So I'm trying to give you guys a live example. So 1, a person that I like, 2, they're working on being positive. So I'll have some people that say, I actually do hear a lot of people say, man, I suck at this, or, man, I'm not good at this. I'm really trying to give y'all a live, example. Okay, so I have some friends who will say, man, I really have a problem with this, or I'm really having a hard time with this. And and everybody who knows me know I don't like the word problem. So I'm like, no, I'll say number 1, no, it's not a problem. It's a challenge that you're going through, because when you say a challenge, it gives a different meaning, or it gives like a different energy behind it. When you say a problem, it's kind of like a downer, but when you say a challenge, it's kind of like okay, you can handle this, you can overcome this. So I do that on purpose. I say, nah, man, it's a challenge. And now it's, tell them, you may, and whatever it is, some people may say, I'm really struggling with this. And I'm like, nah, man, you may not know what you need to do right now. And that's okay. Instead, learn this or look into this. This may help you. And when they do, they're like, oh my gosh, yes, this literally changed whatever it was for me. And that way, then that's an opportunity to say, okay, see, now you just learned something. You didn't suck at it, or you didn't have a problem. You just did not know how to overcome that challenge. So there's a difference. There's a difference in vocabulary there. So it's like, I'll let them know these things. And I don't say it because I know some people say it in a elitist way or coming off like they're better than them. So I'm gonna advise you to kind of watch your tone, but again, come from a genuine place. Like if they're coming to you and telling you about it, then say, yeah, no, you didn't suck at this. Then that's when you kind of put that in there. But if they didn't come to you, and they done, got over it, don't just go, yeah, see what happens when you do. Don't do that. I know you kind of want to let them know. See what happens when you do whatever. Don't do that. If they come to you, that's their opportunity, or that's them in a way saying, hey, this is what happened. They want your feedback. If they ain't coming to you, don't give them the feedback. So be aware of that, because that can annoy some people. I'm gonna be honest. Like if I had a struggle with something or a challenge and I'm like, oh wow, so I didn't know, I didn't know this. Well, now I know. And then someone comes like, yeah, see what happens when you listen and you do this. And immediately I'm like, bitch, don't come for me. Like I didn't ask you. I didn't come to you. Don't give it to me, But that's just me. But I've met other people who are like that as well. So be aware of that. Another thing is, so number 4 is share something that will add value to whatever they are working on. And you want to do this because you're showing that you care and you want to help them grow in whatever it is that they are doing. Now, all of my close friends and other associates know, God damn it, everybody who knows me, if there is something that I know you are working on, I will find something to help you with that. I will, like, for example, I have lots of friends in the music industry who's doing that, and they'll talk to me, and I'm like, oh, dude, you ever thought of this? And I'll be honest with them. I'm like, hey, I'm not the music person, so don't ask me advice. But from someone who listens to music, from a person, a consumer's point of view, because I know you're in the creator role. From a consumer's point of view, you ever thought of doing this or doing that? I seen something over here that I thought was, wow, if they did that more, that would probably get more people's attention. Or if I have a friend who's working on something business related, and I know they're learning a certain area, I'm like, hey, I seen this book, or I seen this video that may help you, or there's this app that will help you. Or, there's some people who I have some friends now, they're working on like books and stuff like that. And I may tell them, they might be like, I like writing a book, or I like to do a books, but I hate writing. And I'll share with them, dude, I'm in that same boat. A lot of people tell me I should write a book, but I don't see myself sitting down typing. And someone else said, and what someone shared with me that helped me out, that at some point in the future, I'm not promising this, that if I decide to write a book, the guy said you can always just, record what you're saying and get it transcribed. And he's like, a lot of people do that. I'm like, really? I'm like, I can talk. I can definitely do that. Sitting down and writing or typing, that kills my energy. And I was just like, and I can share that with them. So if there's something that someone is doing, you can add value to whatever it is that they're working on. Again, if y'all are close enough and you can just share, by all means. And I think a lot of people are okay with you sharing. But, if you're not sure, and I always say, if you're not 100% sure, ask the person like, hey, I may know something that may help you. Don't be sketchy, but, say, hey, I think there may be something you might be interested in, but are you open to it or whatever? However you got to word that. Just, ask a person like, hey, there's something I may know that could help you. That way that, you're asking them and they're saying, hey, yeah, please help me. And if they're like, oh, no, that's fine. You just saved yourself time and energy. And for some of y'all, I know some people, my intuition is kicking in. Some people may get offended when people say, hey, are you open to me to helping? They may say, oh, no, that's fine. Don't get offended. Here's why. When that person says, oh, no, that's fine, it is fine. Leave it at that. Keep it moving. You just saved yourself maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes of your time that you could put somewhere else. Don't be offended. And don't take it to where people may say, oh, no, I don't want to hear crap from you. Don't go there. Don't go there. Now, I'm going to be honest. Some of y'all and y'all energy, that could be the reason. But majority of the time, it may not be. So don't feel a certain type of way. And that's all. Y'all don't feel it. Just keep it moving. You save yourself time. They asked you. You don't feel bad about it because you asked, and if they didn't want to hear, they didn't want to hear it. Keep it moving. I swear I need to make something like keep it moving. But anyways, so there you go. So number 5, take a moment to tell another what you love about them. And it could be something small or large. And why do you want to do this? Simply put, you're sharing that love energy, man. Love is everything, It's powerful, and it can really build a person up who may have needed the love that you shared. Now, you may, tie this in with complimenting a person, but I feel like it's a bit different. Like a compliment is, it's a compliment. You recognize something. But when you share something that you genuinely love, it's like this is coming from your heart. There's a purity, there's this energy, there's that love behind it it's just like very warm. And you, like I said, you want to share that just because it's coming from that loving energy, and it's powerful. And that person, a lot of us really need a lot of love. And, some people you may look at it may think, oh, wow, they don't need it because they love themselves and blah, 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 or they don't come off that way. But you'll be very surprised. A lot of people love the love of energy. They just love that love. And it's good to share that. You're creating a powerful energy. And I'm going to get on energy. I think next episode, I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to switch gears up for you guys and really get on energy. Because I'm talking to you about, yes, connecting with people, but I love all y'all. So I want to gear y'all up for more things to be aware of, more, especially energetically. A lot of people, some people are like on energy. Some people, are all about it. Some of you who are is maybe you got exposed to weirdos who talk about there's this energetic field that if you tap into, you can literally direct it. That weird stuff. They say it weird. I'm going to keep it simple with you guys. Keep it normal so you understand it and you'll realize that you do it often. But I really think I'm going to do like a whole talk or episodes on energy itself. But anywho, going back to, that person will love it. They'll need it, Now, I would say I think I'm like the poster boy or poster child, whatever y'all call that term, for this, because I recognize a lot of things. And I always tell people, I love this. I love when you do this. And I don't say it just to say like, oh my gosh, I love when you come in doing that. Because it's just like at that point, it's just like, okay, you just saying love. You don't really mean it. But I'm a very loving person. Hell, I mean, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm a very loving person. So I'm going to just say that I can drown. I'm going to go there. I can drown my loved ones in love. Like, it's to the point where I love them so much that they're just like, ugh, we know. And I'm just like, well, God damn it. I need to let you know that you are loved. You are loved, damn it. Okay. I love you. All right. It's just so funny. Like I have some of my friends are like, okay, yeah, we need to rein it back a little bit. I'm like, no, you need to understand how loved you are. So here it is, because you can never question it. And if you do question it, I'm going to kill you because I have shared this with you. So I swear to you, if I'm ever in a car with you and you say, man, I don't feel loved or my friends don't love me, I'm gonna snap your neck, so you gonna die. But anyways, here's some examples of what I do. Gosh, I just went from loving to killer. It's okay. Y'all get the point. It's strong. But here's what I do. When it comes to loving, I'll find something that I genuinely love in another, and I have to share it. So I would say, like at work, there's a coworker of mine. I always tell her I love it when me and you work, because when we do, we get shit done and we keep it moving. Me and her are like on the same level. We are trying to give these people the best experience that they need. Laughter, keep the energy calm, but at the same time, we are preparing to go. Not saying that, screw the place. That's not the case. It's just like we are on point. Like, okay, hey, it's slow right now. Let's add this. Let's add that. Let's stock up on this while we do it. Let's use our time wisely so we can go, because she has to be to her next shift and I have stuff I need to do. And I just love the energy that we create when we work together. There is also another, my sister. I love her creativity, and I'll let her know I love that you're a creative side, and I'll tell her like I'm not the best in that. But I love that about you. And also too, now, this doesn't have to just apply with just the people you know. There could be people you don't know and you can genuinely love something about them. And for example, there may be people and I'll see them and I love it when people stand out. That's just me. I love it when you stand out. It's just like, ooh, you're different. And I'll tell them like, hey, I love what you did there, because I love when people stand out. So I'm sharing that love with them. Like, hey, I love that you're doing this. I love that you're wearing these colors. And I'll tell them why. And it's just like giving them that energy. Some people may say, oh, that's weird, I can't do that. But hey, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people there's not a lot of love around the world. People say that. It can. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. There is a lot of love around the world. A lot of people just don't recognize it. But when you share it, you'll be in that world, that magic of all that love around you. So let me just say that. That was a lie. So I'm sorry. I had to correct myself. You can do that with people, you don't know. Find something you love about them. They may have something similar or do a style that you genuinely love, and you can genuinely share that with people. And let me say this with you guys. Some people say, well, oh, that's weird. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of us love weird. Hell, if you're trying to be normal, that's damn near offensive in my world. I would be really honest with you. If you're normal, which you get it. If you're normal, I don't want to really hang out with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care to be with you because you're normal. I need weird. I need you to tell me, that you put glue behind your ears when you were a kid and you like the feeling of peeling it off. And I know that was weird as hell, but someone told me that. That wasn't me. Okay, if I want to expose myself, because I said I wasn't going to expose somebody, which I didn't, but I told you something that someone told me. I can't remember who it was. Oh, nah, I just kicked in. I ain't gonna say their name. Tell me something weird. Like, hey, when I was younger, I used to have a little bit of Play-Doh. I used to taste a little bit of it, and it was a little salty, and I'm okay with that. I'm genuinely okay with that. Like that's just okay. Cool. You've had Play-Doh too. It's a little salty. I've had that as well. Give me something different. Give me something weird. A lot of us, we like weird, not too weird, creeper weird. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want you around my kids or family, but be uniquely yourself, be different, stand out. People love that. You'll be very surprised. People love that. When you're normal, you're not recognized. People don't really care to know you. People are like, okay, so why should I talk with you? I'm gonna be really real with you. Be weird, because hell, I'm very weird. Apparently a lot of people who know me don't think I'm human. But that's a whole nother talk for another day. And lastly, number 6, to add value to people. Now, randomly, or whenever you feel necessary for this, tell people they are valuable because ... whatever you see in them and want to say. So here's an example. I tell people, literally, Certain people, I tell them, because they are here and alive, they make the world a better place, which in my world they do. And we need whatever gift they have deep inside them. So I always tell people that, like, hey, because you're alive and you're here, you're literally, like, because you're here, the world is a better place. And the world needs that gift you have deep inside, because I see a lot. I always see great things in people, even if they don't see it in themselves. And I'm just like, I got to let them know, like, hey, man, because you are here and you are breathing, you are alive and doing whatever the hell you do, especially behind the scenes that no one knows about. I am grateful. I'm glad you are here. And I have to let them know, like, because you are here, it is making the world a better place. And I also say, I'll tell others I'm glad they're in my life because they are an example of something, or they radiate something that's like valuable. They radiate something unique that I value. And it's just really cool. And I have to let them know, like, man, that's really cool. And I'll have to say, one of the things that you radiate that I always remember to learn from is that, you accept people where they are. And I value that. I had a struggle with that long time ago, accepting people with where they were. And I had to go through different types of fights with that. And when I see people, they naturally do that. It's just like, man, wow. For me, I'm just like, man, I am very grateful I know you, because I see you doing that right there. That's just fantastic. And I had to let people know, man, that is awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being in my life, because you literally remind me to accept people where they are. There's some days, well, not really. I can't say some days. In the past, it was some days I struggled with that, but now it's easy, which that require work. And that's another thing too. I also value people. Like, I'll tell people, I'm very glad you're in my life, because I see them, they are really working hard to better themselves. And I'll tell them, like, you are an example of that, like someone who is trying to get their shit together and be the best version of themselves. And I value that, because even I'm working on being a better version of myself, and I love it. And I'll tell people, and to see that, not just to see that, but to experience that is an energy that just like, it's infectious. Like, it really is just like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing this person improve. I want to improve too. Thank you. Because of them, like, radiating that, it's just helping you improve your life. So just find something about another and add value to their life. So that is the 6 things, guys. There you go. The 6 do's and or don'ts to build people up and add value to them. Now, yeah, guys, that's kind of about it. So I'm pretty sure you gained some things from this, and I'm pretty sure you can apply some of this when you wake up, or while you're listening to this, or when you're going wherever you have to go. And understand that it's going to take time, and that's okay. I think I'm going to make a shirt on that too, and that's okay. But seriously, and that's okay. So with this and that, and all the things in between being said, I want to thank you all for listening to this episode. I'm trying to make sure there's nothing I'm forgetting here. No. I got everything. Thad, did you give him everything? I think so, Thad. All right. So with that being said, that is everything. So I would like to thank you all for listening to this podcast, this episode. I also would like to thank the new people who've been listening to the podcast and been messaging me and emailing me. Also, too, thank you as well. I've been having more compliments on the YouTube channel. So if you don't know about the YouTube, guys, there is a YouTube channel. I'm doing an episode every Monday, and that is focused on self. So all things related to, yourself, self-love, self-discovery, all different stuff like that. So I've been getting compliments on that. So I want to say thank you as well for that. And a huge, you guys have been humbling me so much, and I love it. I had one person in particular who messaged me and was just saying that the podcast has been very inspiring to them. And, I want to say thank you so much. I enjoy doing the podcast. I love creating it. And when you all share this feedback with me about, whatever you gain from it or what you feel from it, I love it. The compliments have been amazing. I greatly appreciate you guys. So you are awesome. I will say this though, guys, if you can, I'm pretty sure you can. I know you can. Whenever you get the opportunity, please leave a review and a rating. I know that can be very hard in this time and age, because I struggle with that too and certain things. I'm like, I need to really leave a review and comment. So I've been really working on that. That's one of the things I need to improve on. But I've been really working on that. So certain friends' podcasts I listen to, once I get about 2 or 3 episodes in, I leave a comment. I leave a rating and stuff like that. And just so I can genuinely say, pick something out that I liked about it and share. So by all means, if you could leave a nice rating and review for the podcast, this helps others discover it. And it's just really cool. And also I get to read it as well. And other people get to read it. So yeah. So that being said, guys, I will talk to you Tuesday. No, I take that back. Me and my good friend Stephanie will be talking with you all Tuesday. You'll be hearing our conversation. So with that being said, I will talk to you all soon. Have an amazing ass Friday, and enjoy. All right, later.